Good morning, everyone in Facebook land. I am so excited to be here today to stamp a little fun with you guys, add a little sunshine to your lives, hopefully crack a few jokes, maybe make a few mistakes, show you how to fix them, because that's kind of what I do. I do screw up a lot, but normally you can always fix those mistakes. So I do really try to do that. So I see I have a couple of you watching. Please say hello and let me know that you're here. I'm so excited. Now that people are showing up, I'm going to check and make sure that I'm live. Obviously, I must be if people are watching me, but sometimes you just don't know for sure until you check because, you know, Facebook is kind of a picky little thing, and it doesn't always do what you want it to do. So there you go. So I'm so excited to be here, you guys. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here last night. My daughter attends the University of Wyoming. She had been home on spring break. They had extended it for 2 weeks, an extra week, meaning this is the second week. And as soon as she got home a week and a half ago, basically after she got home, they sent us information that said, you know, we're going to close the university, and so you have until April 5th to come down here and, you know, move your kids out of the dorms. So we had been kind of waiting for that perfect opportunity to go down there and get all of her stuff. Of course, you know, we needed my husband to go, and we needed our truck, and he has been working because thankfully he still has his job. Being in law enforcement, I really don't think that he would end up without a job, but I guess you never know. So thank you for letting him keep his job. Anyway, so I had to wait until he was available. My daughter, you know, we all had to go. So we all went yesterday morning. We left around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. It's about a 4.5-hour drive from where we live. We got home about 9 o'clock last night. So it was a long day. It was bittersweet. You know, she was sad that she wasn't going to be going back, and her freshman year was cut short. But it is what it is. And so now she will be doing all of her schooling online here at home. And let's just hope that this kind of fixes itself and it kind of goes away sooner rather than later, and she can get back to Laramie in the fall for her sophomore year. So fingers crossed for that. So that was what I did yesterday. So I'm so glad you guys are here this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I see Tara on here, and Brina, and Pam, and Roberta, Judy, Carol, Linda, Suze, all you guys. Thank you so much. I do have some pretty cute projects for you. I got up early this morning and sort of designed everything because I wanted to do it Wednesday night before we left. It didn't work out. I had some other things that came up. I was kind of hoping we would be home yesterday, you know, more like 6 o'clock. That didn't work out. So when we got home, we kind of unloaded everything, had some food, and we kind of just went to bed. So I got up this morning about 5 and started planning my projects, cutting the papers, you know, stamping the projects, and here we are. I even fixed myself, so I don't have bedhead or anything, which I would normally have right now in the morning. So, oh, Evelyn says my hair looks great. Thanks, Evelyn. Speaking of hair, of course, many of you are probably in the same situation. Our governor just put out another order that places like hair salons, nail salons, massage places, I think gyms, all had to close. And so that means that I, of course, can't get my hair done. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've got some serious gray growing in right there. My chocolate chip ink will hold me for a little while, but I mean, you know, if my roots grow out to, you know, an inch or so, that chocolate chip just isn't going to cut it. So I may have to dye my own hair, which I used to many, many years ago, but I haven't for a super long time. So I'm not confident in my ability to purchase the right color and make it look good. So we'll see what happens. And of course, I mean, I feel terrible for my hairdresser because that's how she makes her money. She can't work now. So, and she can't really work from home because we're supposed to social distance, and that really wouldn't work for that. So anyways, sending all of you hairdressers, nail techs, I mean, just everyone. So anyways, enough about that. Enough about moving, because moving was, it was kind of fun, kind of not, but we did get to, we got to go through a drive-through, and we got the food when we first got there, and then we went to her dorm and we all ate lunch in the dorm. So that was kind of fun. Oh, Linda, I hear you. I hear you. And my hair, I don't really need it cut just yet. Normally when I go into my hairdresser, it's because I need my hair colored, not cut. I mean, she does cut it anyway, But yeah, Jennifer, I cut my bangs all the time anyway. Nobody has touched my bangs for probably 10 years. I've had some pretty awful bang cutting experiences with various hairdressers. Um, they always like to cut them too short. Um, I like my bangs below my eyebrows, and apparently they think they need to be above my eyebrows, and I look like a 12-year-old child when somebody cuts my bangs. So I haven't let anybody touch my bangs for about 10 years. I cut them myself. So anyway, I just digress because I saw that. And Roberta, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, so I wanted to announce our winner because I think I saw her scroll by here. Of last week, the giveaway, because of the commenting. When you guys share the video, of course, please share it. Please comment. Please ask me questions. Please laugh when I screw up. You know, that kind of stuff, because it just makes it a little bit more fun. But anyways, I think I saw her, Carolyn DeLeo, or DeLeo. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I probably butchered it, and I apologize. But Carolyn, you are the winner of an online class. So go ahead and look through my online classes on my blog, barbstamps.com. You'll see my online classes link at the top. Scroll through there, look at my $20 online classes, send me an email, barb@barbstamps.com, and let me know which one you want, and I will email it to you. So congratulations to Carolyn. Yay! Okay, so you guys may know, I did post in some of my groups that earlier this week, Stampin' Up! Did release a few more items to our celebration choices, and they are annual catalog products, and so I do have my little flyer here. And so we have the red rhinestones, the little cute Stampin' Up! Boxes, I'm trying to read backwards, oh good lord, Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, the Dino Row Designer Series paper, the Woven Threads Designer Series paper, and then down here we have the Shimmer Detail Laser Cut Specialty paper, the Rococo Rose Stampin' Blends, the Butterfly Duet Punch, and the Wild Rose Dies. So those are all the new items available for you to choose when you order through, let's see, March 31st is when Celebration ends. So we've got like 4 days left to order your goodies and get your free stuff. And we also have 4 days left for you guys to join my team of demonstrators. So I'm always looking for people to join my team of demonstrators. It's the best thing you can do if you are purchasing products from Stampin' Up! Anyway. You might as well sign up to be a demonstrator and get your products at a discount. Honestly, the benefits to you, it's amazing what you get. You get over like $215 worth of stuff in your kit to start out with, and you pay $99 for it. So you choose $125 of anything you want out of our current catalogs. You get the free little paper trimmer. You get the free package of Designer Series paper that I'm going to actually use on a project a little later. You also get a free stamp set of your choice, any stamp set you want, any price, not host or celebration, but and then you get a free paper pumpkin kit. You get some business supplies, some catalogs, whatnot to share with your friends so they can probably order from you. It's just really the best time to sign up to be a demonstrator. So please, please let me know if you're interested in doing that. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. One of my dear friends, Melissa, just signed up the day before yesterday. So congratulations to Melissa. I can't wait to start working with you and have you come to my team meetings. It's going to be so much fun. So anyway, that is also something I've been saying all the time. So you guys have 4 days left to take advantage of that sign up special, as well as the ordering specials that we have during celebration. So hello, Donna. Hello, Marilyn. Roberta's here. Deborah's here. Carol's here. Pam's here. Linda's here. Bridget's here. Everyone's here. Yay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We still have our other celebration items. We do have a few that have sold out, and I'll, when I flip the camera, I'll kind of show you that. But Wednesday night, the reason I couldn't get my Facebook Live projects done Wednesday night was because I was madly designing and cutting some pieces and parts, because I participate in a swap every month, and it just depends on, you know, we choose a suite of products every month, and then we design some cards and we mail them to the 12 people that are in the group. So every month I get about 24 cards from a specific suite. And so this month we worked on the country club, you know, the man set, the golf set. So I've got those out of here already. And so in April, we're going to be working on the So Sentimental that has the Stitched So Sweetly dies in it. And so I thought, you know what better thing to do while you're driving to Laramie for 4.5 hours than make cards, right? So I frantically, last night or Wednesday night, cut a bunch of stuff, and Thursday morning, actually before we left, I got up a little early to finish them. And these are the cards that I made. So here's one. It's the So Sentimental. So this is the sentiment, and then we have the dies that coordinate with that. And I threw in some of the Parisian Blossoms Designer Series paper, our brand new ornate floral folder. And then you guys are going to laugh your heads off because I tell you that I screw up a lot. And when I'm doing these lives, you guys see me screw up a lot. And I'm sure that you're laughing at me when I'm doing it. But so I made this card, and it's adorable. And, you know, I don't know what I was doing. I had 2 sets of dies on my desk. This is not a die from the So Sentimental bundle. The sentiment is, and the little confetti is, the die is not. So I now have 14 cards that I get to take this sentiment piece off of and make it again with the proper die. So it is what it is. So I'll be redoing that here sometime in the next week or so. So that's what I was doing when we were driving. Actually, I drove down to Laramie yesterday morning with my daughter. And then on the way back, I rode with my husband, and then my kids rode, and they switched drivers. So anyways, so I had 4.5 hours to make cards. So yeah. So that's what I did. I used the completely wrong die. Now I get to redo my work. Woohoo! So excited about that. Then, I was going to tell you guys a funny story. What the heck was it? Oh, there was these boys in my daughter's dorm that she kind of liked in the beginning. Not liked as boyfriends, but liked as friends. And they turned out to be some not so nice people. They were drinking pretty much every night. The one kid was from Singapore, and he was old enough to buy liquor, so he was buying all this liquor. And this other kid that he was a roommate with and these other people, they were all drinking all the time. Now, my daughter was not drinking with them. She doesn't drink, but she liked hanging out with them. And so she would be the one that would get the garbage can when they were throwing up. And anyways, thankfully, after a couple of months of this, she realized these weren't the people that she really wanted to be hanging out with. So she kind of stopped hanging out with them. And then they started being kind of crappy to her, you know. Well, who would have thought out of all the people that could be in the dorm moving out yesterday, these 2 punks were there at the same time as us, and they lived right down the hall from her. So, you know, as we were going in and out, they were going in and out, and it was just a little bit awkward to have for her to have to deal with them. I mean, I, of course, you know, pretended I didn't know who they were when I really wanted to go up to them and give them a stern talking to, but that would be embarrassing. Anyway, so thankfully she's no longer hanging out with those people and blah, blah, blah. Moving on to the next thing that I'm talking about, because I guess that wasn't really funny. I thought it was kind of funny because I was just like, what are the odds, you know? Anyway, that's what happened. So let's do this. Let me flip the camera because I want to show you some of my paper pumpkin things. Well, Linda, in this particular swap, we're not allowed to mix and match stuff. We have to use that bundle. Our projects have to use the So Sentimental bundle. And so I need to use a different die. Oops. But let's go ahead and switch the camera around. Yes, Carol, I am sorry about that too, but she's a pretty strong-willed kid. And once she realized that, you know, she didn't want to deal with that kind of crap, she didn't deal with that kind of crap. And it is what it is. So these are the second set of our celebration releases. And you can see we have the Rise and Shine coffee cup set. The dies for that are sold out. The Tags in Bloom, we have the Power of Hope bundle. The Gang's All Me, or Lovely Lily Pad, Happy Birthday to You, Sending You Thoughts, Thoughtful Blooms, Well Dressed are the stamp sets that you can earn for free with your orders. And then we have the Small Bloom Punch, which of course coordinates with the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set. The Lily Pad dies, that of course coordinates with the Lovely Lily Pad stamp set. And then we have the So Very Vellum flowering foils and the Lily Impressions Designer Series paper. And then of course, if your order or party is $300 or more, you get the little ladybug set. So that's what's going on with Celebration. It goes through, when's the 31st? Is that like Monday? I can't figure that out, but I think it's Monday. Maybe it's Tuesday. Who knows? Anyway, for those of you guys that are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, you were treated to a free stamp set in your kits this month. So we got 2 stamp sets, which is so cool. And the kit was designed to create, are the dies for the Rise and Shine set going to be on back order? As far as I know, Roberta, they're discontinued. That's the word I got. So hopefully they'll come back, but as of right now, that's the word I was given. So these are the cards as they were designed. I had my daughter throw them together for me because I want to do like a card shower. I want to send out more cards right now during this time because, you know, who doesn't want to get mail right now? We're stuck at home. Getting mail is kind of exciting. So I had my daughter put all these cards together in the kit. There's 12 of them, 4 of each or 3 of each. Here's 4 of each. And then I'm going to just be mailing these out randomly to people, to friends and family, past customers, members of my team, just anybody who I think, you know, might need a little pick-me-up, which is honestly every single one of us. So, but then I always like to make some additional alternative projects. And these are my two alternatives. I used the envelope that came in the kit, and I cut my cardstock to 5x7, folded it in half, so I made a little note card size. And these are mailable at this size. And then I cut apart one of the other envelopes to get this paper, because it's the envelope liner. So I just cut it apart. Super cute. Added some ribbon and some pearls to the little die cuts, and that's all I did with that. So that's pretty simple. Ooh, Jennifer, good for you. Jennifer says she sent out 40 thinking of you cards this week, and that is awesome. And then this is my other alternative project. So I just used the fun little basket of flowers there and used some of our circle punches, added some ribbon, another piece from that envelope liner, and then some pearls. And super simple. I mean, you could do that with any of the set or any of the designs in there. I think the boots, you might need a bit bigger circle, but that cute little bunny rabbit, he would look adorable on there. Even the front door, you might be able to get that on there. So anyways, a lot of fun stuff I think you can do with this kit. So hopefully if you guys got it, you're having some fun playing with it. And yeah, our free stamp set. I love that. Oh, hello, Roseanne. How are you this morning? Okay, first project. Where is it? All right, we are going to use the celebration set called Well Dressed. It's one of the it's one of our new man sets, so this is great. We're also going to be using the sentiments from the Sending You Thoughts, which is another celebration item. We've got some of the Country Club twine that we're going to put on there. And I get my stamps. I already got them all mounted. Get those out. My ink pads and a Stampin' Blend marker. And so before I actually make my card, I got a few here that I got in some swaps that I wanted to kind of show you guys. So in case you have this set or looking at getting it, here are some ideas for you. We have the crackle background on here, and then just the various items in the stamp set stamped on circles and backed with early espresso. We've got the corrugated folder here in soft suede, and then an early espresso card base. So super simple card. I think any guy would like to get that. This one, instead of using circles, we've got some rectangle pieces here with the different images from the stamp set. We've got the twine from the sail away, you know, the boats, yeah, sailboats. And then there's this one that has a whole bunch of our stitched die cuts with the designer series paper from the Country Club set, and then a few of the enamel dots here. To finish that off. So just a few ideas for you guys, and then of course the one that I'm going to make today. So that's 4 ideas for you guys if you get this set. Okay, so let's see. I need to move some stuff out of this. So this is the package of paper that you get free if you sign up to be a demonstrator right now. And so some of the patterns come from the Country Club, and I'm going to actually use this pattern here on my card today. Sailing Home. Thank you, Carol. Okay, so I've got a card base, Night of Navy, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. I've got an inside layer that's 4 by 5.25 that we'll do a little stamping on and add that to the inside. I have a piece of the designer series paper that is 1 3/4 by 4.25, and then a piece of garden green, which is 2 by 4.25. So this card is going to be pretty simple, you guys. And then I have a stitched rectangle die cut here. And then I have that mounted on a 1 5/8 by 3-inch piece of smoky slate. So let's move some things out of the way so we have some room to work. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my little white piece here. And I've got my Night of Navy ink and my garden green ink. And we have our necktie, so I'm going to ink that up in the garden green. Oh, I can't see through it. When I have a white piece of paper on a white background, it's hard for me to see through these clear blocks. So I just throw my piece of paper on a scrap of colored cardstock, and then I can see what I'm doing better, where I'm placing this. So let's try that. There it is. I need my chamois because I'm going to stamp this again. So we're going to clean that off, get all that green ink off of it. And then I do have a little scrap here of white. And I'm going to just ink up the collar in the Night of Navy. Stamp that. Clean that off before I put it back in my box so that it doesn't make a mess. And then I have a dark Night of Navy Stamp and Blend marker. And I am just going to fill in the collar here with the marker. See if we can get that. There we go. So this part of the coloring, there's nothing fancy about this. And of course, you wouldn't even have to color it if you didn't want to. You could just leave it and then cut it out. So I'm going to grab some snips here real quick. And we're going to cut these little pieces out. Hello, Melissa. Thanks for joining us. Melissa is my new team member. I'm so excited to have her. And so there's a collar piece. And of course, if you want to make this card even simpler, don't do what I'm doing with these collar pieces, because that's, you know, that just takes a little more time. Although I don't mind fussy cutting all the time if the fussy cutting is, that's plugged up. Where's my other glue? Why is it when you need a glue, you can't find it? Found it. Oh, hello, Marty and Diane. Thank you guys for joining me. Whoa. I have a feeling that's way too much glue, so I'm just going to tap my finger on it to get some of it off. And then I'm just going to rub it on my hand and get rid of it. Okay. Ooh, Diane's at work. Well, Diane, I'm glad you're working. All right, so how do these go? Does this go right here? Using my Take Your Pick tool to kind of pick this up and move it around, because... Oops, where's my... Oh, here we go. I'm like, what the heck happened to my other little piece? There. Okay, so we get those on there. I need to bring it up closer to my eyeballs because my eyeballs are terrible. All right, then I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. Here's an edge piece off some minis that we will just finish up. Throw that on there, and we're going to add that to our smoky slate layer. Oh, Tara, I know. The Take Your Pick tool is like the best tool ever. I actually have a couple of them because I love them so much. And actually, my daughter's been making friendship bracelets because she's been home on spring break. So she's been making friendship bracelets. And when she screws up, she's been using my Take Your Pick tool, the little pointy end of it, to like pull the threads out to start over. So yeah, that's kind of funny. Oh, Jennifer says she's at work too. Yay, people are working. That's good. All right. So now I need to get rid of that glue because it's clogged and I can't get any glue out of it. Maybe this one's clogged. No, there, it's coming out. All right, so I'm going to send, adhere. Where would the word send come from? Good grief. Sometimes my brain, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like ahead of myself or so far behind myself. I don't know. You know, I'm trying to catch up. I don't know. All right, so let's add this piece about here. Well, maybe I should use my grid paper because my eyes do not, yeah, that looks a little crooked, I think. Are not perfect at like lining stuff up anymore. Okay, and I think it's a little long, which of course is fine. We can always cut it off if it's too long. We can't really ever add paper if it's not long enough. So too long is good, or not good, but fine. Okay, so now we're going to add our little necktie here. Like so. And then our inside piece, we're going to stamp our sentiments, and I'm going to stamp the sentiments in green. So I'm going to start with the happy birthday. And we will, and thank you, Marty. I just got the colors from, I'm going to go a little bit, a little lower, from the designer series paper. The navy and the garden green are both in the paper. All right, another, okay, I got to make sure I'm not stamping this upside down. Hee because I've done that before too, and that would be, well, you guys would get a good laugh out of it. Now here I'm going to be bragging about how I do stupid stuff and you guys are going to be laughing at me. And now watch, nothing will get screwed up in this whole Facebook Live. Everything's going to be perfect. It's all going to work great. When I promised you some comedy and you're not going to get it. So, yeah. Although I doubt. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something I did that I already screwed up. Let me see if I can fix it. I meant to wrap some twine around that layer on the front before I glued it down. Yeah. Already. I wonder. Sometimes you get lucky and you can like get your scissors under there and you can kind of sometimes not, but sometimes. Okay, so because I screwed up, so now my scissors are kind of shoved up underneath there, so I am going to, what do you call it, like thread my twine underneath a little. All right, so I'm going to use one of these floss threaders that you can buy literally anywhere. Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Kmart. No, Kmart isn't around anymore, is it? Anywho. Okay, so we're going to try to push this through. Aha! It's going to work. Yay! Okay. Now I can tie this in a little knot. Because that's what I wanted to do. I just thought I might add a little bit of fun. I'm going to try to pull it over as far as I can. So I'm kind of doing it like some dental floss in a sense, I guess. So I'm working underneath there. Okay, so the only problem I run into now is that I like to tie things around like bottles and then tape the ends to the back because then you get a nice tight knot. But we're going to use all of our fingers here and all of our talents. There, we got it. Okay. Wahoo! So I'm going to cut these off. And then I'm going to untwist them. And that's still stuck there, so that really worked out good. So I'm going to just untwist the ends so I can kind of fray them a little bit. Just because it just adds a little something. Oops, I'm going to get down here a little closer so you might see my hair. But it still looks good. I'm not at that point where it looks terrible yet. Not quite yet, but it's coming. So everyone, all of us are going to know what our, what everyone's true hair color is in a few weeks. Yeah, mine's gray. And not that that's bad. I say that all the time. I say it like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, you shouldn't have gray hair. And you know what? Absolutely. If you want to rock the gray hair, you absolutely should. I just don't. Okay, so there. I got that on there. I think that's kind of fun. So then we have the inside and the outside. And yes, thank you, Jean. That was a nice recovery. Whew. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull that off. But what do you know? Here we are, and I did. So yay me. Okay, now let me clean up this mess and we will move on to our next project and we'll see what I can screw up on that. Okay, so guys, tell me if you've been sending out any cards. If any of you have sent out any cards, say cards yes or cards no in the comments while I'm kind of cleaning this up. And that way we can kind of see, what's going on. If people are actually using their crafting supplies, I hope you are. Lord knows most of us have a ton of them. I saw a funny meme that said, something about, oh, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to stay at home and craft. And the next person says, well, what if you run out of supplies? And then, of course, I laugh hysterically, because run out of supplies. Yeah, that's funny. I've been practicing for this my whole life, getting crafting supplies and having plenty of them. So, okay, we're probably going to still need scissors. We don't need any of this trash. Okay. Trash off there. So next we are going to use the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set and the cute little small bloom punch to make a fun card. And here are our colors. Don't these look fun? Oh, Evelyn made a card for the mailman. That's really nice. Tara sent some cards. Carol has, Marty has, Beth has. Guys, you guys are awesome. That's great. I think we all need to just keep sending cards, because I just think it's really important, especially if you have, like, you know, elderly people that you know, even in your neighborhood, you know, just go drop a card off at their house. You don't have to go in, you know, just drop it off. And just let them know you're thinking about them. In fact, we have some elderly neighbors that live next to us, and I did call them last week to ask if they needed anything from the store, and bless their hearts, they said no, you know, and told me how precious I was. They're just the cutest people. And so that kind of made me feel good. So, you know, I told her, I said, well, you know, whenever we go to the store, we'll check with you and see if you need anything. So yeah. Okay, so Thoughtful Blooms stamp set. We are going to be copying a card that I made a few weeks ago, and I did make a matching candle with it, but I wanted to change the color combination. So I'm going to do that with this card right here. There's nothing to it. The layers are super simple. It's 3.5 by 4 3/4 white, 3 3/4 by 5 Pool Party, 8.5 by 5.5 Lovely Lipstick. Ooh, and let me just give a plug to Lovely Lipstick. If this is a color that you guys like, you need to get it now, I recommend, your ink refill and your cardstock, because the 2018-2020 ink colors are going to be leaving us. And they are the Lovely Lipstick, the Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, Call Me Clover, and Blueberry Bushel. And all 5 of those are going to be leaving us. And so if you need ink refills for your pads, you need extra cardstock, then definitely get that done so that you can continue to use the amazing Lovely Lipstick. It's one of my favorite colors as far as reds. It's not like red like our real red, because sometimes you just want a pinky red. A little more flirty, a little more girly. And so that's kind of what we're doing here. So I've got my piece of white. I have got my Granny Apple green, because it's the best green ever. I love it so much. And our Lovely Lipstick and our Pool Party. So we're going to start with the Granny Apple green. We're going to ink up this little collection of leaves, I guess we're going to call it. And I'm going to start by stamping in the corner here. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of come down here. I really like stamping around the corner. I just think it looks really cool. And it's so easy to do. Let's see, maybe like that. And then we're going to flip it and throw this up here. Okay. I think we're done with that. We'll see. Then I'm going to come in with the Lovely Lipstick with this little tiny guy here. And we're just going to kind of add some flowers to these little stem pieces. Oh, that one was a blob. Well, maybe we can fix it. We'll see. Okay. And that. And we'll come up here. Oh, why do I keep doing that? I'm sure that's me. I'm going to try to do a little trick here. I don't know. Do I have a blender pen? Oh, just bumped the whole camera. Just screwed up the whole thing. See what I mean? Jeez Louise. Can I stamp anything without screwing up? It's not looking promising. All right, so because I am not being super heavy-handed at this moment, we're going to try to do something here. We're going to try to kind of fill that in with a blender pen and some ink. And that is working, so yay me. Okay, scribble excess off the blender pen. It's good to go. All right, then I also want to do some flowers in the Pool Party. So we're going to ink up the Pool Party, and we'll do a little bit heavier hand here because I don't want that to happen again. And put one there, and we'll put one up here. Okay, then I also thought what I might do is I would stamp a few on a scrap. Oh, that one is no good. No bueno. Okay, those should be working. Where's my punch? Right here. And then I'm going to punch them out. And then, Marty, I'm kind of sad they're going too. Lovely. I mean, I don't use Pineapple Punch as much. Piercing mat. Yeah, you know, Jean, I probably should have. But a lot of times when I use these smaller images, I just don't think about it. Yeah, when I use like larger, bold images, I'm always pulling out my piercing mat. But these small ones, I never think about it. And then, of course, this is what happens. But again, it was just a way for me to show you guys how to fix mistakes. So there you go. It's a win for all of us. You know what? I think I need another lovely lipstick one right here. There we go. Okay, so then I've got these little flowers here, and I'm going to add them with some dimensionals. And I didn't do this on my other card, but I thought it might be kind of fun to just add a few. And I may or may not cover up the ones that are already there. This one I'm definitely going to cover up because I think it would be good popped up there. Actually, maybe I'm going to do all of them. I may just change my mind and just put a popped up one on all of them. And then we're going to go around and trim those off. Okay, is that going to work? Yes, I need one more. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to stamp that on the back side of the one that I messed up. Okay, I need another tiny dimensional. Where are you? That's the good one. All right. And then we will set this one right off here to the side. Then we can just come along and trim off the excess on all of these. Oops, that trimming off did not work that great. Did this one? Oh, I think my dimensional is a little bit wonky there. Oh, today is not my friend, you guys. Not at all. I need another dimensional. I am going to stick it on this petal here. There we go. Okay. Apparently, I should not have gotten up early. That was probably a part of my problem. I should have been still sleeping. Okay. We're good with that. Now I need my sentiment. Where's my sentiment? Do I have a sentiment? I was thinking about a sentiment earlier. What did I do with it? Or was I going to use... Oh, I do have it. It's from this. I am using this stamp set here. This is the Tags in Bloom. This is another one that you can earn for free. It coordinates with our Label Me Lovely, I believe it is, punch. These two pieces here. And this goes with our Label Me Fancy punch. But I'm just going to use the sentiment that says I miss your face because I have a girlfriend who doesn't live here. And I do miss her face. And I don't get to go see her right now. And not that I necessarily, you know, would be doing that. But I do miss her. Okay, so we are going to ink up the I Miss Your Face in the lovely lipstick. And I'm going to try to stamp it straight about, and see, I've got my mat out here. You guys convinced me I should do that. And look at that. Perfection. It's perfection. Okay, now, you know, where are those things? I had them out. Here we go. I've got these glimmer dots, and there's lovely lipstick glitter dots in here, so let's just see. Do we want to add some? Do we think they would look good? Do we want to put them in the middle of the flowers? That might be too much. What do you guys think? Well, here's the little thing that I do sometimes when I'm trying to check. I will cut this out. I won't take it off of the sheet, but I'll kind of trim it out of the sheet. And then I'll like stick it on there and see if I like it. I feel like I'm missing some color. You know what I'm going to do? I feel like I need a little more of the Granny Apple Green. So we've got this tiny little leaf stamp here. And so I'm going to trade blocks. And I think I might add a little more. Let's just see what happens when we do this. If it's going to be a terrible idea or not. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, and maybe we actually need some more pool party. Maybe I need another pool party flower. Where would I put it? Like right there? Let's just see. Okay, this is just an entire work in progress, you guys. Hopefully you don't mind. Okay, so we're going to stick that back on there. We're going to ink that up. I've got more white scraps around here. Here's a scrap. Do that. So we'll punch this out. I feel like I need another one. Like maybe, is that too much? Oh, maybe I should cover up that red one. It just seems like there's too much lovely lipstick on here. And maybe I'm just losing my mind. But then we would need, I'm I wonder if I like moved it out. No, I feel like there's something wrong. What is wrong? Something's not working for me. Okay, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try this. Since I'm going to stamp, if I do put that blue one right there, I think I need a little bit of the lipstick poking out from it. Do I dare double stamp and then stick that on? I think I do. Okay, that may have solved what I thought was a problem. Maybe it wasn't a problem. Maybe I just thought it was. Okay. I think I definitely needed that extra blue. Okay. And let's see. Is anybody talking about the dots? Well, you know what? I think we're just going to go for it. We're going to bling the heck out of this card. Okay. So I am going to do it. I'm going to put these in the center of these flowers because I love them. That's pretty much why. Okay. So I'm going to use my little buddy here. And you know what else I think I might do? Maybe I'll bring in some regular rhinestones and put it in the middle of the red flowers. How would that be? Would that be like too much? Well, if Melissa's still watching, Melissa's going to say no, that you can never have too much bling. I need new putty. So I'm going to turn my little tool here, and there's my little putty coming out. I'm going to squish it down, and then we're going to, there we go. So, can we ever have too much bling? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you know what? No, that's not going to work. I was thinking we have a lot of colored rhinestones, and if I used a different color of rhinestone, maybe, but we're not. We're just going to try this. And then we'll see if it's too much. This is going to be like way over the top, but she won't care. Whoops. Move that over. Okay. Ooh, right here on the end, I think we can. Okay. So honestly, is that too much bling? You guys, seriously, look at all that. That's crazy. Okay. Well, it is what it is. It's done. I'm not changing it. Okay. I'm going to close up these ink pads because if we don't, I'm going to, oh, see what I've already done? See what I've already done? Ah, I've got ink all over the edge of that. Good Lord, I got ink all over the whole thing. Wow. Wow. Well, we're just going to use our little chamois fringe here and clean that up. So does that mean, yes, it's on my thumb? How about any more of my fingers? No. Okay. Well, I'm actually super glad I noticed that because I was going to get lovely lipstick on everything here in a couple of minutes. Okay. Back to the card. Oops, we need some, got a glue booger on there. Never too much bling. Carol, you and Melissa would get along great. All right, now we're going to add this to this. Try to get it straight. Whoops, I got a little piece of that backing sheet on there. And then I'm going to add this to my other card base. Ooh, you know what else I'm going to do while we're live? I'm going to make my envelope for this because then it'll be ready to go. So I'm going to grab an envelope. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to have to open up all the ink again. Well, it's fine. I'll just try not to make a mess. Because I thought, since we have all this stuff out, why don't we decorate the envelope too? All right, so we're going to throw some green on here. There we go. All right, here's my pool party flower. And then we'll add one or two lovely lipsticks. Post office, I don't think they like it when you start adding stuff at the bottom of their envelopes, but I don't care. I'm being a rebel today. I'm going to do what I want. And we're going to add a little bit more greenery right there. Ooh, and maybe right down here. Okay, so there it is. Now it has a cute envelope too. I love it. Oh, I'm so glad I put all that bling on there. That really is cute. Okay, moving on to our next card. I gotta find out where I put them all so I can show them at the end. Okay, post it in the group so we can see. Oh, Judy, got that bundle yesterday. I ran to my craft room and made the card with you. Oh, Judy, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, and I showed you my card that I copied, right? This is a card that I made with a matching candle here a little while ago. And so I just copied it with some different colors. Okay. I'm going to clean these off because if I just throw them in the bucket. Oh, wait. Okay. I need to focus on what I'm doing here. I'm starting to screw stuff up. I just about put my, oh, that's funny. There's a dimensional backing on that. I almost put my flower, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. My rhinestones. I almost did something with my rhinestone case. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Ooh, Carol said something. I put a piece of cardstock through. Yes, that's what I do too, Carol. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't have to. It just depends. Okay. Throw all this stuff back into its bucket. And of course, I can't stand a messy work surface. So I'm going to have to get all the bits out of the way because that'll just drive me crazy. Okay. Moving on, we have one more project. Oh, I almost forgot to show you guys. I do have a couple cards using that stamp set and punch. There's a card that I made. Oh, I think I might have made it on a Facebook Live here a couple months ago. And then I got this one as a swap where it doesn't have anything to do with the stamp set. Well, I guess it's got the sentiment there. And then just a little flower at the bottom. So I thought that was kind of cute. Okay. Now, moving on to our last project. Where's my bucket? All right, so we are going to be using the My Meadow stamp set. And I talked about this last week. I have a new class called Create Where You Are. It's kind of an online class. So I give you a PDF file with the directions and the photos of the cards. I also give you the links to the videos because I make videos for all the cards. There are 4 different designs of cards, 2 of each that you'll make. So you'll get supplies to make 8 cards. You'll get half a package of Regal's Designer Series paper, a roll of our flax white ribbon, a half a package of our epoxy dots, the frosted and clear epoxy dots. And you'll get the cardstock pieces to make all the cards. So you'll have your own DSP in the kit that you'll cut up. I'll give you the pre-cut cardstock to make all the cards. If you don't have the stamp set, you can add that onto the order. If you do have it, great. You don't need to get it. The class itself is $45. That includes the priority shipping to get it to you quickly. And then if you want to add the stamp set, it's an additional $25. All that information is on my blog, so you can check that out if you'd like. But we are going to be using the My Meadow stamp set. We're also using the Layering Squares Framelits dies on this particular card. Now, this card is not in my class. It's only, what am I saying? I'm just showing it now. The cards in the class, I'm not showing. They're exclusive to the class. So this card's not in the class, but it's super cute and you could copy it with all your good stuff. Okay, so I'm using this Layering Square. It's the number 9 scallop. Using the stamp set. We are using some Whisper White thick cardstock. Here's my square cut out of gray granite. I have a piece of white and a piece of vellum that are the same size. They are 2 3/8 inch square. I have a piece of our gray granite ribbon. What's it actually called? Gray granite textured weave ribbon. And I have a bow that I already tied with it. And then I have my ink somewhere. Oh, did I put all my ink pads away? No. Oh, I already got them out. Good grief. Let's get a grip here. Pear Pizzazz, Flirty Flamingo, and Balmy Blue. So we need this piece here. I also have taken, we have a bundle for celebration, and it's called The Power of Hope, and it's free with a $100 purchase. And so you would get the stamp set, and then you get the stone embossing folder, and it is really cool. It just looks like a, you know, stone walkway. So I actually took this piece of gray granite and ran it through the folder, and so it is really cool. I actually cut it, so like I told you, I was making the cards this morning and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and at one point I cut this, I cut it because I thought, oh, maybe I don't want the whole thing, but then I decided I did want the whole thing, so I just taped it back together. So there you go. That's the design mind of Barb. So we're actually going to stick it on there, and we're going to cover it with ribbon. You won't even know I cut it in half, or not quite in half, but anyways, you won't know that I cut it. So that's where this folder came from the Power of Hope bundle. Okay, here's my piece of paper. I gotta get my stamps here. The creative mind at 5 o'clock in the morning, I guess I should say. Okay, so we are going to start out with our gray granite. And I think I'm going to bring in my pad that Jean and somebody else mentioned. And of course I just lost it. Oh, it's right here. I'm thinking, good grief, I literally just had it out. So where did it go? I'm going to move these out of the way. Okay. There. We have the little pavilion or gazebo that comes in the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that about, it's not quite center, not quite at the top, not quite over to the side, but right there. Then we're going to bring in our balmy blue and the stamp that I like to use that I think could be water or ground, either one. And we're going to stamp that right below our little gazebo. And then I'm going to kind of stamp it again, because I kind of want it to keep going that way. All right, then I have the bridge, and we're going to stamp the bridge. So we're going to connect whatever's over here, which we have no idea because we can't see it, to the gazebo. There we go. And then we're going to take our water, or whoops, I need the whole thing. And I'm just going to get this little piece right here, so it does look like the water, you know, of course goes under the bridge, because why do we have a bridge if we don't have any water? Okay, then I'm going to use this piece that could be ground, water, or sky. I'm going to use it as sky, and I'm going to stamp it off one time. I don't want it to be quite as dark as the water. And so then I'm just going to add it. And now I'm going to flip it upside down. There we go. So here's our beautiful sky. We have a little bit of clouds going on. Then we have some little birds that are going to be randomly flying around. How about right there? And then maybe a few, where? Here? Off, on? I don't know. Let's see. That'll work. Okay. Then we are going to bring in some grass. So I have a little block here that's got two different stamps on the end. This is the grass. I don't need the bridge anymore. So, and actually this is kind of crooked on here now that I'm looking at it. There. So I'm just going to stamp the edge of that into my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm just going to start adding some grass. And I'm going to overstamp, you know, some of the pieces here a little bit so I can get grass in, you know, multiple places. And then we're going to stamp some grass down here next to the edge of the water. There we go. And then we also have some little rocks. So there's like a little tiny stamp that's like a little grouping of rocks. And I thought that we could have a few like little rocks in near the edge of the water. That might give it a little bit, you know, a little more realistic look to it. If we had some rocks here, maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. I'm going to stamp that off. And I'm going to bring in my Flirty Flamingo, and now we're going to just add some kind of like wildflowers to the grass. So I thought we'd just kind of throw it in there. And sometimes I work with these stamp sets, and sometimes they give me some struggles. But I found that the best way to work with these is just to start throwing the images together. Just start throwing them out there. It always ends up looking good. For some reason, I don't know, you feel like you're like, oh my gosh, that's going to be terrible. Just throw them together. They'll look good. Okay, so that's what we've got. We're going to close these up before I get my fingers in them. Oh, except I wanted to stamp on the inside of the card. Well, we still can. We'll just wait a minute until we get everything put together so we don't have ink everywhere and Barb makes a mess. Okay, so let's bring the card back in. All right, I've lost my piece of vellum. I think. Yes, I have. Now, literally, where did it go? Does anybody see it? Is it up here? Stamp set? No. Am I looking at it and I can't see it because it's see-through? Come on. Oh my goodness. Did I put it back in the bucket? No. Seriously, does anybody see it? Does anybody know what I did with it? What's funny is I'll watch this back later and I'll be like, oh, that's what happened to your piece of vellum. Well, we may just have to cut a new one because who's got time to seriously sit here and look for it all day long? So, all right, fine. Barb, that's how you want to be today. That's how we're going to be. Okay, hold please while I find some vellum. Here is a scrap piece right here. And of course, I'm going to probably find it here in a moment after I cut it. Oh, look at that. It was right underneath my paper trimmer. Okay, there we go. We don't need to mess around with that anymore. Okay, focus, Barb. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ribbon around where I cut the paper in half because I decided I didn't want it cut in half. And so now I'm going to cover that up. So I'm actually going to put the ribbon so that it's right in the middle of my cut line. That way it should be even. Should. Everybody hear that? Should. Okay, we're going to pull that across. And so does anybody have big exciting plans for the weekend? My plans are to, I don't know, stay home. Yeah. We're not under any sort of quarantine order yet where you have to stay home, but it's recommended, obviously. So we will be staying home. Except maybe if I have to go to the grocery store. I'm still good on toilet paper, so I don't need any of that. So if anybody's hoarding toilet paper, it's not me. I just got some before this whole thing went crazy. About a month ago or so, I had gone up to Billings to visit my dad. And I went to Costco and got some toilet paper up there, so I don't need any. It's not funny. That's like the big conversation piece anymore with people. Oh, do you have toilet paper? No, yeah, do you? Yeah, okay. It's kind of silly. All right, now I need some dimensionals, some big ones. So I'm going to put this square on, but I'm going to like straddle my ribbon. I don't like putting dimensionals on ribbon. There's just something about it that just bothers me. Marty, yes, she has to stay home, so she's going to be crafting. I'll be crafting. You know what? Maybe I'll cook something. My family would be super happy with me if I would cook something. And I'm going to move it over towards the right edge. I don't want it like all the way to the right edge, but I'm going to add my bow, so I need to be a little more room on that side. Is that crooked? For crying out loud, I can't tell. Okay, so my bow is going to go there. My layer is going to go here, right in center of this. And I kind of picked the blue and the flirty and the pear because I thought, you know, with this card being kind of subdued a little bit. Oh, New Hampshire has stay-at-home orders from the governor. Oh, Denise, I feel like we're headed that way, honestly. I feel like that we'll all be under that order here soon. What was I saying? Oh, I picked mostly neutrals on the card, so I decided to add just a little bit of pop of color for that because I thought that'd be kind of fun. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add my vellum. And a lot of times when you try to add vellum, it's very difficult because vellum can be seen. So we're going to try to hide it. We're going to put it right down here in the corner, because my bow will kind of be there. We're going to put another one down here in the corner because I feel like the lots of flowers there are going to kind of hide it from being seen. So we're going to put one down there. And then I'm going to try to put one like right up here where this cloud would be. We'll see if we can disguise it within the cloud because the stamping on the cloud is kind of random-ish. Now it might work, it might not. It's hard to hide glue when you're using vellum, but we're going to give it a shot. If I don't press super hard, I think it'll work. Okay, that worked. So now we're going to add our bow with a couple of glue dots here. There we go. And you guys, I'm going to try to go live just kind of randomly here and there, not like scheduled, like tomorrow, say, you know, I may just feel like going live around noon. So I'll post a reminder like 15 minutes before that says, hey, I'm going to be going live. And then if you guys are available to watch, great. So I'm going to try to do that, you know, as often as I can. Will the glue show if I sponge it on? I don't know what you're asking me, Evelyn. What do you mean? Oh, if I sponge the glue on. I know I've done that before and it actually doesn't show. It usually doesn't show that well, but it's just more of a process and I don't want to deal with that right now. So my glue dots I think work fine. I really can't see them at all. This one, it's possible, but I know it's there. Whoever I give this to isn't going to know it's there, so they're probably not going to notice it. And these are hidden down here with all these flowers, so I think that's going to work. And the reason I added the vellum, I kind of felt like these stamped, it was too much. It was too bright. I wanted it to be bright, but not too bright. So I actually got the card. Here's my piece. So I had gotten it done and I had stuck it on there and it was just like, it just seemed like it was too much. Like there was just something wrong with my card. And so I thought all of a sudden the thought of vellum came to me. I thought, well, what if I put vellum over the top of it? That'll kind of subdue the brightness of it, but still be colorful and pretty, I thought. So anyways, that was my thought process there. And you know what? Since we already have flowers, why don't we add some bling? We can never have too much. You guys just said that. So let's just bring some bling in. Where would we want it? Maybe around the, let's try. Maybe if we just added a few down here, maybe. I mean, honestly, doesn't bling make everything better? We're going to scoot those a little bit closer together. And then a big one. Maybe kind of up here. How's that? I think that's actually better. Really, rhinestones. You could probably put rhinestones on every single card you make, except maybe for cards for guys. And it would look amazing. Okay, let me bring my cards back in. Remember that I have my online class. Check it out. So now you've got, oh, good Lord. Did you guys see that? That's me trying to get my hair out of my mouth. Anyway, my online class. So you have this idea. I made a card last week on Facebook Live. So you'd have 2 ideas plus the 4 that I'm going to give you in the class. So again, $45 for that, and you get the kit of supplies, priority mail to you. If you need the stamp set, you can order that separately. I've got a link on my blog to fill out a form to order that then. So we have this card that we also did, which I didn't use my bone folder today, and I can tell because this card is not folding down the way I want it to be. There we go. You stay folded. Okay, and there's our fun little card that matches this little guy here. And we have our little envelope. So cute. Then we have our man card. And I wanted to show you guys where that inspiration came to me from for this card. I actually got a swap. What did I do with it? Did I put it away? It was basically the same as that, but I changed up the card colors. Here we go. Here's the card I got in a swap. And I like the yellow, but I decided to go with something else. So I decided to do it with the blue and the paper that came in the starter kit. If you guys want to sign up to be a demonstrator, you get that paper in your kit. Then while we're here, here's another card using that Power of Hope bundle. So we have the stone piece here, and then we have the building. I don't know what they call that. I think it's a Japanese something pavilion. I don't know. That's probably totally wrong. Anyway. And then here is another My Meadow card that I got in a swap. Kind of that triple time stamping where this white layer was cut out of this layer, and then you stamp it, and then you cut it out, and then you pop it up, and it just looks really cool. So here's the water. Go in the opposite direction. You know how when I stamped mine, I stamped it with the large part of the water at the top. Well, this one's like the stream coming out and flowing into a larger area. We've got some ground pieces, clouds, birds. Just there's so many things you can do with this stamp set, you guys. It's really fun. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have. If you have orders to place, I would love your business at shoppingwithbarb.com. Here's my monthly host code. And again, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to go for every day. Now, I just really don't think that's going to happen. And the lives will be shorter. They'll just be like one card, one project that I have to show you, maybe something I'm working on. But I feel like this is like my little way to kind of help everybody break up your day. You know, sometimes we're sitting at home. We don't have anything to do. We can't go outside. We can't go anywhere. We can't have friends over. So I kind of feel like this is us having friends over. You know, we're talking back and forth a little bit, and I just feel like it's kind of fun. So watch for those coming up. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully daily. We'll see what happens. I can't promise it because, you know, I've got 2 kids here now all day long and my husband. So, but we'll see. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.